Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and on today's video I'm going to show you how to earn 20% more runes indefinitely. The item we're going to go after is the Gold Scarab, which is a talisman that gives 20% extra rune gain while equipped. Starting at the grave site at Keel Lake North, we are going to make our way to the third church in Marika. From the grave site, head southeast along the path. Once over the bridge, you'll come to a bend in the road. To the left of the bend is a dirt path. Go ahead and follow this path all the way to the end. Leaving the third church in Marika, we are going to make our way north across the water. Once hitting the rock face, head east up the hill until you see a gust of wind. Jump up the gust using torrent to find another gust. Continue using the gust until you make it to the top. Once at the top, make your way north to the smoldering church. Be careful because you will be invaded by Anastasia Tarnished Eater. This is an optional mini-boss you can fight that rewards the Sacred Scorpion Charm. The Sacred Scorpion Charm increases holy damage done by 12% while increasing damage taken by 10%. After defeating her, go ahead and grab the gravesite and head east from the church. Jumping over the wall, you arrive at another grave site, Rot View Balcony. Go ahead and pick it up while we're here. From this grave site, head northeast until you come to a path, then follow that path around. Along the way, there is a scarab that rewards the Whirl O Flame incantation. The Whirl O Flame incantation produces a blast of flame in front of the caster. Just past the cart is the Caelem Ruins gravesite. From the Caelem Ruins gravesite, head south until you come to the Smoldering Wall gravesite. Go ahead and grab this site of grace, then head east along the Smoldering Wall until it ends. Heading south along the cliff, past the tree, if you look down there's a ledge. Across from the ledge is the cave in which we will be getting the Gold Scarab. Go ahead and double jump across. The inside of this cave is filled with scarlet rot pools, so it's advised to wear armor that has a high immunity rating, as to slow the rot buildup. If you're struggling with the scarlet rot in the abandoned cave, from the Smoldering Wall gravesite, head south and then to the left. You will encounter a merchant that will sell you preserving boluses that alleviate scarlet rot once afflicted. Jumping off the edge into the rot, make your way to the patch below the statue. Turning to your left, if you jump towards the wall, you can avoid the scarlet rot. After this point, the rest of the cave is very dark, so having a torch or a lantern is recommended. If you haven't already got one, a torch can be purchased from Merchant Kale in the Church of Vela at the start of the game for 200 runes. The lantern can be purchased from the merchant next to the Liurnia Lake Shore gravesite for 1800 runes. Heading further into the cave, you will come to another ledge. If you look down, there's actually an item below the statue. This is the Serpents Bow. The Serpents Bow scales primarily with dexterity. If paired with the serpent arrows, you can increase its poison buildup. Heading to the right from the statue, we are going to sprint in order to avoid the poison spells that these enemies will be lobbing at us. Once entering the big room, we are going to go to the right and jump up the cliff. Once at the top, immediately start sprinting again. Now that the hard part's done, we will be fighting 2 Scarlet Knights. By using a weapon like a greatsword, we can actually stun lock the first knight. Keep in mind that they are weak to fire and lightning, so if you have spells or items, you can also use those to make the fight easier. Once you defeat both of them, you will be rewarded with the Gold Scarab talisman, which gives 20% extra rooms while equipped. This effect can be stacked with the gold pickled fowl foot for another 30%, which lasts 3 minutes, giving you 50% total rune gain. If you found this video helpful or enjoyed the video, please drop a like or a comment down below, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.